Are you one of them? It's time to find out. Hit it. Uh, Get bigger. I'm rusty. It's been a couple weeks. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fitness Avengers, where we fight fat, frustration, and fitness fakes. I'm your host, master trainer and author Tony Arreola from TotalBodyProject.com, and I'm on a personal mission to simplify fitness for you. Coming at you every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube live. Yes, folks, it's live here. It's it's unfiltered. It's we bring the heat every single time. So, are you breathing wrong? Did you even know that breathing was a thing? Today, you're going to find out exactly how to check if you're breathing incorrectly, and more importantly, how it affects your health, including a weakened immune system, sleep apnea, higher stress, and a poor quality of life. Nobody wants that. That's terrible. That is just that's just no bueno. Today on the program, we're going to talk to you. You're going to learn the differences between mouth breathing and nose breathing. We're going to explain to you the benefits. We're going to actually go through an exercise, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do so you can breathe better and you can bring more calmness and, more importantly, increase your immunity and better performance to your body. Today's acid trainer is what do I do when I feel hopeless? So if you've lost hope, if you feel like you just can't get health and fitness going in the right direction, today we're going to talk about exactly what your action steps are and how you can fix that. Comment if you're watching live. Say hello, others. Nicole, hola, Nicole, hola, Nicole. Hello, hello. You're watching live. You're watching the replay, or if you're just watching and then you see me, high five. That also works. uh, we'll have our drawing winner, so I'll announce that at the end of the show. Make sure I remind myself to have the drawing winner for because our anniversary show was a couple weeks ago. Like I said last week, I was gone. I was doing the Ironman, and this is what happened at the Ironman. Let's try these new skills right here. Let's share what happened at the Ironman. Wow, yeah, it was a rough one, to say the least. The I think it was like 100-year storm or whatever. It was 5 inches of rain, winds 20 to 45 miles an hour. So we had to reschedule the Ironman. And man, we trained for months, for weeks. Some people trained for years and were prepared for this race, and we didn't get a chance. So we were super bummed. Luckily, we did get into Ironman Arizona, so we continue our Ironman journey, and we hopefully I will have a medal to present at the end of this year. Let's thank our sponsors for today's show. James Nestor with his awesome book called Breath or Breathe, depending on how you want to read it. And today we're going to talk about exactly the techniques to help you breathe better, breathe better. And the interesting thing about breathing is I had it wrong for so many years. And heard about breathing better, and I kind of disregarded it. And I was like, ah, well, whatever. That's not. How is it really going to help me? Because that's the automatic thing, right? That's not my problem. But I quickly realized that I actually have always grown up breathing through my mouth. And I didn't know that was a problem until I was made aware of these breathing techniques and how it affected your health. And I'm always looking for new tips and tricks and tactics to help improve health and wellness to share with my clients. But I'm always trying to lead from the front. And I started breathing through my nose and seeing how it would feel. And it turns out it was actually really difficult. And that's probably why I stopped a long time ago, because I was in that 54% of the people that were breathing incorrectly. So I automatically disregarded it. So what happens is, end up snoring, uh, teeth get all like crooked, the jaw changes. And actually, the reason I got interested in it because sports performance, athletic performance actually decreases through mouth breathing. So I actually didn't know that there was a way to breathe better. And what I was like, okay, maybe my nose is just wrong. Maybe my nose is defective. Something is wrong with it. But it turns out it's 54% of people that can't breathe through their nose. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, there's a big difference between breathing through your mouth and breathing through your nose. The nose is designed for breathing. It's got like little hairs in there, sometimes big hairs. It got little hairs in there that actually filter out dust, allergens, and pollen, which prevents your lungs from actually getting that. So think of it as like the filter, like for your house, for your car, for even the pool. Filters take this stuff out, but when you're breathing through your mouth, you're actually not putting that air through that filtering process. It's just going in. And now with COVID out there, imagine you're just breathing in some COVID. Oh, like that's not good. So when you're wearing that mask, make sure you're breathing through the nose so you get another layer of another filter. And what your nose does is it actually humidifies the inhaled air. So your nose warms and moisturizes the air that you breathe, which brings the air closer to your body temperature, and it makes it easier for your lungs to use. So it's not as harsh. It goes in, it does the nose does its functions, filters it, heats up the temperature, and then it brings it to your lungs, so your lungs can actually use it better. And this actually does really affect your health, because nasal breathing, when you breathe through your nose, you actually release nitric oxide, and nitric oxide works as kind of like super fuel for your blood vessels. What it does, it expands, it puts in more nitric oxide in there, so it expands the blood vessels. Meaning, with expanded blood vessels, you actually get more oxygen into your red blood, to your red blood cells, which is great. When you get more oxygen in your blood, it means that you're healthier, your immune system is stronger, and you're healing quicker. So your overall immunity goes straight up. Oh, there's Kona, because we can't do a show without Kona trolling in the back. They see me trolling. so so now that we know that the benefits of nose breathing, and you think about your mouth is designed to eat, it's designed to drink, and it's designed to talk. You can breathe with it, you're just not supposed to. It's not designed for it. It's you can't breathe when your heart rate gets like super high, and you think about like even when you're like sprinting. If you can get yourself to use less air, less oxygen as you're running, your performance will increase. And mouth breathing causes damage, because there's less moisture, right? So you get this thing called dry mouth. You get bad breath. You get because you're essentially breathing in unfiltered air. So you get allergic reactions, asthma, bad breath, tooth decay, gingivitis, inflammation, snoring, sleep apnea, and your teeth and your jaws actually get kind of like deformed, because you're breathing through your mouth, so the air's got to go through there, so the teeth tend to like open up and get crooked, which is crazy. All this time now, I got my Invisalign, so now I got the perfect smile or whatever. But before that, it's crazy to me to think that the teeth were crooked just because my breathing was wrong. And there was nobody, my mom didn't teach me how to breathe. My coach, nobody ever even talked about that stuff. So when I found out about it and I started doing it, it turned out to be very difficult at first, because I felt like I wasn't getting enough air. So I would automatically start breathing through my mouth, which causes you to snore, causes you to sleep apnea. And like I'm a huge proponent of great sleep. And what I found that breathing through my nose, especially at night when I'm getting ready to go to bed and sleeping tonight, you snore less and you sleep deeper, which more restful sleep means that more chance for human growth hormone, so you stay young a lot longer and you feel amazing. All right, emoji time. Dun, dun, dun. You're watching live. Make sure you say hello, give the thumbs up, give a hug, give all that good stuff. If you're watching the replay, say hello, me. Say and put a bit, maybe put a little nose emoji if you breathe through your nose. Or now that you're more aware of it, like, man, do I breathe through my mouth? Am I a mouth breather, as they say? Here are just some more benefits of nasal breathing: increased oxygen uptake and circulation. It slows down your breath. You improve your lung volume. When you're breathing, essentially, there's a couple ways you can breathe. You can breathe through your chest, which most people do, is the top of the lungs, and you can breathe through your diaphragm, which is your whole lungs. And as I've talked about before, and on other shows, your lungs have kind of like little nerve cells on them, and when they fully activate and use your whole diaphragm, it actually tells your body to relax. It activates your sympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest, and it tells your body that you're calm. So if you ever find yourself like in a kind of a high stress, anxiety type of moment, you want to take your time, breathe through your nose. The chest shouldn't go up, but you can actually put your hand on your belly button, and the belly button should rise. And that means that you're breathing through your diaphragm. So you're breathing through your diaphragm, through your nose, and that calming breath will really bring that anxiety down and tell essentially your body that you're safe. So whenever you find yourself in those stressful situations, it's an easy way to help you feel better. The last thing you want to tell somebody who's stressed out and anxious is relax. That doesn't help. You can help them breathe better, longer, deeper, fuller breaths, and they're going to feel so much better. Now, it also lowers your risk of allergies and hay fever. You reduce your risk of coughing, aids your immune systems, lowers your risk of snoring and sleep apnea, and it supports the correct formation of your mouth and your jaw, which is just awesome. Which the reason I love the nasal breathing is because it actually increases athletic performance. And this is how I got drawn to it, because they were actually doing like some VO2 max tests, and there was some Olympians and sprinters, and data of people that were breathing with their mouths closed and um, th- breathing with their mouth closed and then breathing with their mouth open. So essentially, they were getting more filtered air with their mouths closed, and they were able to perform better. At first, initially, and I'll tell you that if you want to go and try this on your own, when you're running or when you're doing your cardio or whatever, when you breathe in through your nose, you're gonna feel like you don't have enough air, and that's how I felt. Like I was just being like suffocated. But I hung in there and worked on some exercise to open up the nasal cavity and then increase that breathing through my nose. And what I found, and this is the science and the anecdotally, is that my performance increased, my heart rate lowered, and I felt more in control through my endurance. And it's something that's a small percentage, but it does work because it regulates homeostasis, and it brings down your breathing rate, blood pressure, and obviously that heart rate. So breathing through your nose is super. It's not super important, but it's important where you're looking at for that 2 to 3%, 5% increase in performance. That nasal breathing can help you in your athletic events. And here's where it kind of gets dicey. But my nose is clogged. This I found out is normal. I didn't know that. Most people, like there's people that get surgeries and they do all types of things to try to get their nose unclogged. But there's actually some exercises that you can do that will help unclog your nose. So let's actually go through one right now. So here we go. So you wake up in the morning and you can always test, if you do it right now, which nostril is more clogged than the other. Sometimes you have one more clogged than the other. Sometimes both are clogged and you just want to breathe through your mouth. Whichever one it is, it doesn't matter. We're gonna work on unclogging them both. You can feel like a rock star. So I'll put the links in the description. I always wanted to say that. I don't know. Am I gonna put? You know what? I'll put the link in there. So if you guys want to go through the exercises from James Nestor, I highly recommend that you read his book, Breathe. If not to help yourself, to help somebody in your family if they suffer with sleep apnea is a huge one, because people's weight obesity rates are sky high, but you can help them with their breathing. This will help them as well. So let's go through it. So the first thing is you want to get nice and relaxed, and then you're going to breathe out, breathe in, breathe out slowly. And then once you breathe out, you're going to pinch your nose. So pinch the nose, and then you're going to sway. And what's happening, besides looking funny, is that you're building heat up in the nose. And you're going to hold it until it feels slightly uncomfortable. And then let go and breathe again. Now that feels good. I just love, and now that I've been doing this, I've been doing this for 6 months before I started talking about it with my clients, and I'm getting ready to release the training for all my online coaching clients. Is I wanted to lead from the front and try this stuff, and it absolutely works. You do it I do it in my meditation in the morning. It just feels so much better because you use your breath for everything, to calm down, for soothing. Let's do another one. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out through the nose, pinch, sway, and hold. Party like a rock star. I don't know if you're supposed to sing when you're doing it, but you can if you want. And you hold it till it feels slightly uncomfortable. Man, that feels good. I remember, if you have high blood pressure or if you're pregnant, then don't do these exercises. They're not recommended for you. Um, so that's how you breathe with your nose. You can actually, there's also a bunch of exercises for single air, and when you're doing meditation, things like that nature, breathing through your diaphragm, breathing through the nose, breathing slowly will help you get your body into that sympathetic nervous system, which will help lower anxiety, fight inflammation, and overall just decrease stress and make you feel a lot better. So I hope that you can take that practice and not just disregard it as kind of hokey, because I promise you, I'm a guy that's a pragmatist and a practitioner. I do this stuff because it works and it will help you. And stuff that I do, incorporated in my life, tested it, validated, and know that it really increased performance, health, all that good stuff. Now let's talk about what do you do when you feel hopeless, right? And maybe you've been through this yourself, or maybe some of your friends have seen, or some family members you've seen struggle through this when they just lost complete hope. What do you do, or what do you do? And this is a hard one because health and fitness is a challenge. It's not easy. It requires a lot of work. And with anything in life that's difficult, it's gonna have its ebb and flow. It's gonna have its hiccups. It's gonna have its obstacles. And with other things that are difficult, most people just give up and there's no repercussions, so they don't think about it again. Say if you're try to learn how to play the guitar, and it was hard, and you struggled, and then you just gave up, and you were going to try to learn another language, and that was hard, so you just gave up. Right? Other stuff that you had to learn, like to drive a car, you had to do it, so you stuck in there and you got it done. Health and wellness, I believe, is in that path where people kind of want to do it and they are somewhat committed, but they're like, it's all right if I don't get it. And then, but every year they're reminded, either by the mirror or some type of medical scare, that they got to give it another shot. And when they're not fully committed, or haven't solved quite the solution that they for themselves, then they find themselves kind of lost. And I can see why people start to feel hopeless. Now, if you're in that situation, what I invite you to do is take that feeling of hopelessness and just try to focus on one thing that you're doing right. Don't look at the whole road of, you got to do this, you got to, log the calories, get the exercise, get the 10,000 steps. Like, don't don't try to solve it like that, because you're not going to. Look for little things that you can win and then build on those little wins. Practice that self-compassion and be good to yourself, because you know that this is a journey. And just because you got a setback doesn't mean that's who you are. That feedback, that setback is only a feedback to tell you a lesson that didn't work necessarily for you in your unique life situation. So keep working, keep striving, keep building those little wins. And if you're really struggling, get to support. Reach out to somebody who's a professional who's done this, who's seen this movie, who's seen your story, like thousands of times and knows how to guide you in the right direction. But health and wellness is a puzzle that you need to solve. And if you throw it away and to the side and be like, who cares? It's too hard. I'll come back to it later. Next time the puzzle is even harder to solve. So it just gets more and more difficult. But you're gonna need health and wellness. It's part of it. It just doesn't go away. Now I want to highlight somebody who had an incredible weekend. He actually got to race his Ironman. An interesting story about Lucky De Jesus. He's found me. He's one of my online coaching clients, and when we started this journey, he can barely swim across the pool, and he's all like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this triathlon. Can you help me?" And so we started his journey, just getting him comfortable in the water, and he had never been out in open water and out swimming, and then we got a couple wins. He got his first triathlon. He did escape from Alcatraz, which is an incredible event. He did his first 100-mile bike ride, and in the Ironman, he actually did his first marathon as part of the Ironman. So Lucky has come from an incredible way, just basically starting from the beginning in his endurance sports and really building his body into something that's resilient. And I know that feeling well, that feeling of your first Ironman, crossing that line and the finish line and believing that anything is possible. And what I love most about Lucky's story is the fact that he has his two young kids and his wife with them, and his kids are learning that anything is possible. They can set their goals or dreams incredibly high, and it's and Nicole says, "Yeah, Lucky, yeah, this is just tremendous." I got the chance to talk to Lucky after he did it the morning of my race. This is before when I thought I was racing, but it wasn't meant to be in the cards. But luckily, I'm glad it was my race that was canceled and not Lucky's race. I'm glad he really had to show his body, and he suffered. He was out there for 16 hours, did his best, but I mean that emotion shows it all. So congratulations, Lucky. Super proud of you, brother. You're amazing, my man. Thank you for trusting me to take you on this journey, and I look forward to more success from you. I want to see what this does for you. How does it open doors, and where you're gonna land that in life? If you had a chance yet, join our Facebook group, the Fitness Avengers. We have some more trainings coming up soon in there. I'm excited to bring some new stuff. We're working on a lot of content behind the scenes, getting ready for the end of 2021, which has been a tremendous year for myself and for my clients, and getting ourselves set up for 2022. So comment with the hashtag Live Fit if you want to be invited into the group. Next week, we're going to be talking about how it's going to be one of my trainer confessions. I wish I had like the little black thing where you talk to the priest and stuff. Be like, trainer confessions. This is what successful clients are doing. So I'm behind the scenes of my clients. I have a lot of them that are really successful. What are they doing right now to win this game of health? We're going to find out next week. Now, remember, it's time to live your life fit. My name is Tony Arreola, NASM master trainer, author, and lover of life, enjoyment. And happy Halloween to you guys. We dressed up as a scarecrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Woo! Kick it off, wife, Courtney. Dun, dun, dun. And here comes
for watching the Fitness Avenger live show. If you like the show, make sure to like it and share. Please join us next week on Facebook Live.
Next week we with the medals.
This week's show is brought to you by our close friends at Total Body Project.
2021.
Visit totalbodyproject.com for more info.
Welcome to November. Yes, let's do it. See you guys next week. Goodbye.